So, basically, Sandy wants Teresa and I to recreate a fight we had and recorded on an iPhone. She wants us to do it in a puppet theater concept. And so I think this is her thesis from Cal Arts that she never really created. So, welcome to
You boil it down. So I didn't get that there was so little in there. When I'm talking about soup stock and I say...
boil it down to a measurable amount.
No, sweetie, I'm not measuring it.
The negative.
Sweetie.
You diminish
do you understand?
What you have.
Do you understand that what I wanted to know is how much has boiled away. So when I say how much farther down is it from the top of the pan, I will be more specific by saying that.
And then I brought in how many different size pans and
It doesn't matter. I know what pot I'm using. Who gives a...
You're boiling it down.
I'm boiling it down from the top of the pot.
From a fullness.
From a fullness to a less fullness.
So when I said it's down to 3 fingers, you may have not heard down.
You said 3
but then I went, it's now down to 1, and you assumed that it was 1 finger from the top. Like it filled in with water.
No, I didn't. Okay, here's what I heard. I said, how far down is the soup? And when you said 3 fingers, I thought, oh, it's 3 fingers from the top. Shh. Listen to me. I'm letting you know what...
You asked me a direct question, and your direct question was, how far down from the top, Tim?
No, I said, how far down is the soup?
The soup.
I said, how far down is the soup? And you said 3 fingers, which I took to mean 3 fingers.
I probably said 3 fingers left.
You said 3 fingers.
You heard 3 fingers from the top.
You heard what you heard.
It was never 3 fingers from the top.
Sweetie.
Then it was something about 2 fists.
Tim.
This is hysterically funny. So you are so... Now I gotta let this go. This is the reason I got the recorder on.
I got it, and I'm trying to let you know that what I was talking about was from the top.
You were talking your own story.
You were talking about from the bottom. It's both of our story. We were both talking about different directions. This is not a weird thing when you're talking about soup stock. You cook it down, and I don't care how deep it is. I want to know how far from the top.
Sweetie, unless you know how deep the thing is, you don't say it's 95%.
I didn't ask you how
see, there's about a fingerful of water at the bottom. You have to know exactly how tall. Shush. I'm making a great point, and you're diminishing it. I don't say it's a fist and a half from the top. I say it's a finger full of water at the bottom. Because otherwise, it's insane. I have to remember how big the pot is. I gotta say, when I said it's down to a finger... I heard it's down a finger. I didn't hear it's down to a finger. So when I looked, that made sense finally that you were saying that. Down a finger from 3 fingers, you thought this thing was more filled than it was when we started.
3 fingers from the top.
I think you thought it actually generated more water. It just...
It steams off, and all the stuff goes...
I know, it diminishes, it doesn't get great.
I know, but all the stuff goes and down and just soaks down in the water. Anyways, so what I thought you were talking about was 3 fingers from the top.
How come you keep defending?
You're telling me what you meant.
Absolutely bad mathematical...
Fine, I'm not talking about math.
What do you call it? Cooking...
I'm letting you know. Sweetie.
Culinary tool.
I will always ask you, if this comes up again, I'll always ask, how far down has it boiled? Because when it goes down, I don't care. It can be from this pot, it can be in this pot, it can be this pot. Is it a couple inches from the top? Is it 5 inches from the top? I get it when there's only this much.
You have the mathematical consciousness between me talking about fingers, and if I went right now 2 fists, it's down 2 fists.
It is not.
Well, now you filled it back up with water.
I know.
Would you know that it's just frying the shit and all the liquid has steamed out of it?
I would know that, and that would be... Now that I got that you were saying there was only 1 finger left in the bottom, I get that's frying the out of it. But
so why would you...
Tim...
Why would you measure from...
Tim...
See, this is what you're not...
I got it.
You're not even allowing yourself to go... I
understand that I did not ask the right question.
Next time,
you're
going to go back to your rules of how
when I said how far down is the soup, I meant how far down is the liquid from the top of the pan. Who cares how much water was in? Who cares how big the pan is? I just want to know, is it down here? Is it down there?
And in a measuring cup,
it's not about measuring cup.
It's not what's in the measuring cup. It's what is not.
Sweetie, I started with a full pot, and you end up with a half a pot. Therefore, it's condensed to a half.
And boiling down makes sense.
And that's, so when we're talking about boiling down, 80%. This is the only time.
Really understanding?
Awesome.
You are 100%.
No, I totally
correct.
No, I understand what you are saying.
You're going to go back to your. And we're going to probably have the same argument.
No, we're not.
Because you're not going to remember this. And you're going to say,
no.
Is it down a fist, like I said last time?
Tim, I am going
to... Is it a finger left
if I
in
ever
your
ask
word?
you again, I will say, how far down is the liquid from the top of the pot? Halfway? A quarter? An inch? A finger?
Fantastic.
So we were both talking about different kinds of things, and I did not realize you were talking about something different, and when we did, I had to put more water in there.
So what the hell are you doing? What day is this?
It is Friday, May 7th.
7 de Mayo? No. Siete de Mayo. 2047?
2010.
And you're making a soup stock. Mm-hmm. And you're doing it backwards, because you...
I'm not doing it backwards. This is how you make soup stock. You put all the shit in and you let it boil down. And I didn't realize that we didn't put enough water.
Into the negative space than the positive space.
Yeah, because I have no idea how many quarts or how many cups or whatever. I don't care. I want to know, has it boiled halfway down? And it boiled way more than halfway down, because we didn't even start with a big full thing of water.
Oh, when you asked me to, I put 3 of those glasses, and you said get above the chicken line. Chicken was floating at that point, so it was above the chicken line.
Well, and then you put it onto the top of the pot, and it still would have been just above the chicken line.
Is that a song?
Well, no, it's a joke. It's
just above the chicken line. No, what's your joke?
Well, farmer, how deep is that puddle? Well, I couldn't say. It only ever comes up to here on my ducks. You know, ducks float, yeah. Okay.
Ducks ass? Ducks foot?
Ducks float, honey. So it's always only ever going to come up to here.
Oh. Alrighty.
We're done now. I love you. You're right, and I'm right. You're right, and I'm right. And I'll be more specific next time.
I measure positive.
No, you measure by
she
alcoholic
measures
measurement.
Negative. She likes to measure the absence.
When you're boiling something down, you measure the absence.
Absence.
Not the essence.
Absence. All right, thank you.
I just want to say, I love you.
Oh, good.
Just want to say,
I hate to say this. It doesn't. It doesn't work with the speakers.
Kiss me, kiss me, kiss me, kiss me.
That's how you get hoof and mouth disease.